Hello and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. This is Nick, and today we're going to be looking at Crayon Physics Deluxe, another game that's been around for a little while and probably have seen in some form or another. It's available via Steam or iOS, and I believe a few other options. It's a rather pervasive game, but a very cool game nonetheless, and very worthy of a look. It's not about finding just any solution, it's about finding the awesomest one. Now that is right. So what is this game about, you may ask? Well, let me show you. I don't have to draw it exactly in this box, but I am anyway. So I just drew that shape. It instantly created a collision box with it and came into reality, and all of a sudden it was manipulating things in the environment. So the goal of every level is to get the ball to the star by drawing objects, and there's a variety of different objectives and ways that you go about doing that effectively. For example, the way we just did the last one, just drew a box, had the box hit into the ball, and that'll actually work again, I believe, for this level, but after that you're going to need to get a little more creative. So I got 2 out of 3 flags on that. Now if I go back to the level, it'll show you the ways that you've solved it. So we had an elegant solution, which is you can only draw one object. Clicking the ball isn't allowed, but you can draw pins and erase. Not sure what that means, pins exactly. I'm assuming like single lines that don't connect to themselves or something. The number of drawn objects counts to restart your level with space if you fail. Old school solution is clicking the ball and drawing pins aren't allowed. Also, drawing objects under the ball will restrict you from getting this solution. Strange thing about that point, though, is that I have actually drawn objects under the ball and still gotten that solution, so I don't know if that's a differing opinion of what that means to draw objects under a ball, but I'll show you what I mean in a minute. And then the awesome solution, if you do an overly complex or creative solution, mark the solution as awesome in the Solutions tab, and you'll get that one. So you can actually just decide that you get the 3rd flag, it seems. Yeah, so it keeps a lot of track of stuff. And it says about how you can't click on the ball. That's actually one way to move the ball, is to actually just click on it, but like it said, you avoid yourself from getting a few of the objectives that way. So, yeah, it wants me to demonstrate that I can remove objects I've drawn by clicking on them. And now it's happy. You can also change the color of your crayon, which is entirely cosmetic, but, you know, it's fun. Just by scrolling the mouse wheel. And you can make lots of shapes and have them interact with each other in various ways. But our goal is actually to get the ball to that star, so let's see if we can do that in a semi-creative way. How about like that? Kinda cool. And that should get me both flags, yep. And there are quite a few levels. You'll see there's many islands, all with their own set of levels, and they get increasingly more and more complex. And even just on the 2nd island, I already found a challenge that I wasn't able to solve in one move. Within the capacity of my cognition, I was not able to think of a way that that could work. So this is where we demonstrate that we can click the ball, left click to go right, and right click to go left, just to make that a little confusing. That gives it a little nudge, but now I'm only going to get one of the 2 flags. So I'll have to go back into that level and solve it again. Or it'll actually just give me both of them, even though clicking the ball and drawing pins aren't allowed. I still got that. Whatever. I guess its scoring system isn't exactly worked out, but I will take advantage of that when I need to, I guess. So, how am I going to get through this one? Well, let's see if I can do the same thing I did last time and draw a little arch under it, and then make a line, and that should get it all the way over. The collision box on the ball isn't always perfect. A lot of times the edges of the ball will overlap with the lines, but that's fine. It's not a big deal. Now let's go down here and do this one first. Looks like a cash register. Oh, this one's already moving before we've even started, so let's solve it right away. Nice. Usually they give you a stationary ball at the beginning, which is always a little bit awkward since there's not really a good way to get the ball moving without clicking on it, but it is what it is. So this one, you'll see the ball's here. We need to get it up here. So, since the mass of the item actually determines its weight, we're just going to make a large wedge-shaped type thing that will propel that ball up into the star, and we've solved it. Ah, it's playing the song I like. This is a very soothing game. I feel like I've heard this song before in like an Orzinal game or something. I used to play those on this Orzinal website all the time. It had tons of really fun, easy to get into games. But regardless, this is a lot of fun, and the aesthetic is quite beautiful as well. The crayon thing, they really did it perfectly. It really looks like crayon drawings. Let's see if this works. It may. Just having something under it kicks it enough to make it move a little bit. Oh, okay, well that collision wasn't entirely right, but sure, that works. I think it was in Fishball. I don't know. So it seems like a lot of these levels can be solved just by making a shape like this. But you'll see as we get to the next area, it gets much, much harder. But I really love this concept that you can actually create, out of nothing, a shape that has some sort of mass. And it will identify to the properties that you give it, like with the size and shape of it. So this one, I kind of need two pieces to solve it. So you need like a wedge chunk. Oh, that's not right. I need something to knock it down that's not going to bother the ball when it goes over it, so like a really tiny wedge. Is that heavy enough? Ah, there we go. And then I need to drop another thing on top of it. That will hopefully... that is not what I meant to do at all. Do that again. Crap, that's too high of an edge. So there's all these like very fine little details you need to figure out. And then I guess I can just do my usual method to get through that. And that looks like it's going to work just fine. So we've got one more here, and then we go off to the next island. So this looks like another hammer-ish challenge. Let's see if we can drop another really heavy object on it. Something like this, maybe, if that'll be enough. Okay, I guess it was. And if I drop something heavier, it would bounce off of that backsplash up at the top. So let's see the islands. So, collecting all these stars, you actually unlock more and more. Down here we've got even more in the corner. And in the center, the Ultra Elite 120 star island. Okay, so here we're going to get into some more complex stuff. We've got a sort of a lever situation where we actually have a pivot. So if I draw this shape, it's actually going to connect to that bolt in the center. And bam! Very cool. So let's take a look at the hinge playground. We're going to apply that same principle here. Draw a hammer of some fashion, doesn't have to be attractive. Just get the job done, hopefully. No, that is not going to get the job done at all. Let's try that again with a little bit of a more slender hammer. Something like that, perhaps. No. So there's a little bit of trial and error involved, but that's fine because you just hit spacebar. No, I'm making them all too long. Need to make it stumpier. Again. This is not working out. There we go. And that'll be enough to spin that. And we'll make it to the star just fine. So this is the one that I actually couldn't figure out how to solve in one move. I mean, it looks pretty simple in 2 moves. Put something heavy attached to this, that'll drag the whole machine down, and then just make a shape to connect the ball and the star. I don't know how to do it in 1. I'm sure someone out there's figured it out. I tried a whole bunch of weird complex things like connecting the end to the beginning and stuff. I'll try that again. So like if I do something crazy like this, and then I keep going, I was thinking maybe the force of that dropping could make this bit hit on the end, but no, it ends up just kind of glitching out. Doesn't really like making collisions that big. Yeah, see, that messes it all up. I don't know, I feel like there should be something more obvious that I'm not thinking of. What if I just mess with the top? What does that do? Oh, it actually made that collision pretty realistically, so... or naturalistically. Well, I don't know how to solve that one in 1 move. Let's go back to the level hub. Thankfully, you're not locked into playing just 1 level at a time, and even if you get stuck, there's a few different ways to solve it. What's hard about this one? Can't I just do my usual? I don't know if it'll probably get stuck right here on this edge. Unless it builds up enough momentum, which it probably shouldn't considering this is a nearly flat surface. No, I don't think so. Could I... no. What am I thinking? Well, you know, if I just made a straight bridge... well, that's not very straight. How about a straight bridge? It's a little better. And if I just click on it, I mean, that should give it enough momentum to cross the gap. And I broke all the rules there. I made an object under the ball, and I also clicked on it. So I get no flags for that one. But I still made progress, so I got the star somehow. You know, if you're cutthroat, you get the star somehow. What can I do about this? Now, I should be able to make, like, a really crazy long platform that'll hinge on this. If I just let this go, yeah, the whole thing will just shake like that. Oh, I wonder if there's a way to... no, probably not. I was thinking maybe I could bump it with this edge here and then somehow, like, seesaw it back in the other direction. Could be rather creative. The game definitely rewards creativity, which is something that I value very highly in a game. What if I make it in this direction? What'll that do? Okay, it'll get stuck on the ball. That's probably what I should have expected it to do. I was kind of figuring it would glitch for some reason. Make a ridiculous shape like that, and that's one easy way to win. But granted, that really shouldn't be a good solution. Yet I got 2 flags for it. Okay. Now, what do I do with this? We've got a cloud with a pivot. I could make some sort of a scooping device for it, perhaps. Now, if I can get this just right, it would be able to... no. Just sort of sling the thing across the hole there. Perfect. That was rather lucky, actually. And what's this one? Hockey stick? Oh, okay, something a bit more complex now. Clearly that wants to go up. It's telling me about it. Not sure what this red bolt does. Let's put something on it. Nothing much. So I've got to create a situation that will pivot this whole thing that way. So I could do something here, and then... No, I don't even know what I'm doing with that top one. Oh, okay, well that might be an idea. Create a perpetual motion machine. Then create another one up here to kick that one. Actually making legs. That one's extra heavy, so maybe... no, that won't do it. How about I just do one really big one up here, and let that go. Oh right, that's got that edge here. Let's just not have it pivot off of that. Oh man, I did it again. Okay, stop making stupid drawings. That'll work. Cool. Well, that's 2 islands solved already, and I think that should give you a fairly good look at Crayon Physics Deluxe, a game that I definitely recommend to anyone with a little bit of creativity. I'm a fan. Curious to know how much harder these puzzles get as we keep going further in. And there seems to be quite a few of them, and then when you're done, head on over to the level editor and try out some of your own stuff. So, as always, remember to head on over to facebook.com/IndieImpressions, where I post every night's video, and you can feel free to leave comments. You can also send me game suggestions on my Twitters, @IndieImpression or @RockLeeSmile, and I'll be happy to answer any questions as always. So thanks for watching another episode, and I will see you tomorrow.